Hello, and welcome to another episode of ROS Developer Notes, where we are going through the MoveIt tutorial pages. And in this one, we are going to launch our first tutorial, the very first tutorial, Quickstart in Rviz. We'll see if it works. You may hear a little bit of skepticism in my voice, and that's because the other point of this whole series is to fix the tutorials, to show you how to fix tutorials when you find them that they are broken. They sometimes do break. And so we're going to try this. All right. Quick start in Rviz. This tutorial will quickly get you into motion planning using MoveIt and Rviz in the MoveIt plugin. MoveIt is a primary visualizer in ROS and is an incredibly useful tool for debugging robotics. We use it in all of our projects, really. Rviz really developing with MoveIt and robotic arms. Rviz seems crazy. Like it goes hand in hand with using MoveIt. So there's a Rviz plugin, allows you to set up virtual environments, scenes, create and start and goal states for the robot interactively, and test various motion planners. Visualize the output. All right, let's go. So the first thing we got to do is getting started. You should have seen me do that a few videos ago. If not, go back and watch it. And then we launched the demo. So you just copy paste this, right? We built tutorials package. So this is in the tutorials package using the ROS2 launch command. Come back here. We have to source the workspace in the tutorials. So probably remember I use DSH, bash, do whatever you want. It's a personal decision. All right, now we're gonna paste this in and we're gonna launch it. Oh, well, that didn't work. We should have seen an Rviz window, and instead it just came right back to us with a bunch of errors. So let's go to the top and see if we can find what failed. All right. Could not find the resource controller manager of type packages. Well, I bet that's from ROS2 control. Oh, so in the first video, remember I had you install Foxy, or we installed Foxy from Debian's MoveIt? And MoveIt to Foxy, unfortunately, doesn't depend. I bet there's a missing dependency in our tutorials. All right. The package is called Controller Manager. And let's go to the web and find that. So if you search for ROS index and then whatever your package name is, right, that you need to find, you'll find this ROS index thing. And it looks like it's released for Foxy. It's part of the ROS2 control package. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, there's no release for Galactic and Rolling, it looks like. Or maybe there is for Rolling. This website just doesn't show Rolling. I don't know, the other, is it folder? Yeah. They need to figure out how to put Rolling on this website. Anyway. So, tutorials should depend on this. And I will show you how to add a dependency. So we're going to open up the tutorials and I'll show you how to open up pull request if this works. So I'm going to use my text editor. I like Sublime. And we'll open up that. Bring that window over here. And we're going to go into the package XML. It's an exec depend. I don't know why these are commented out. But it's called Controller Manager, and that's what it is. So now we're going to try to use ROSDEP to install it. ROSDEP, remember? All right, yep. There it goes. All right, So we installed that. Now let's try to launch again. We'll see if it works. Process has died. Signal event received before transport. Warehouse Ross Mongo not found. All right. One more dependencies that we probably need. I will add that here. And we'll try installing that. All right. Ooh, oh, it launched over here. Getting closer. You know what I don't see here? I don't see a robot. Oh, something else is wrong. Scroll up. Let's look at this. All right, so start the warnings. Move group launch without default specifying the namespace. Actually using move group namespace. Okay, deprecated. This should probably be cleaned up, but that's probably not what our problem is. A 3D sensor plugin defined. Another thing that should be cleaned up, but exception while loading OMPL interface OMPL planner according to the loaded plugin descriptions. The class that the base type that does not exist. Declared types are available plugins. Well, where does that come from? That comes from MoveIt itself, I think. So we're gonna have to go get a copy of MoveIt and look for that. Yeah. Failed to load pipelines from parameter server. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. So let's just Google for that thing. Move group was unable to load this. So it'll find the planning plugins properly. Did you install Ross Indigo? All right. Well, we don't. It's Ross Indigo is not our thing, but we might have a different exec. And I'm gonna add MoveIt planners OMPL. MoveIt planners OMPL and see if that is what we need. I think, yeah. All right. Step install. Yeah, of course, something's missing. And we'll try launching again. All right. Still no robot. Anyway. We're getting further. So exception while loading that. According to the loaded simple controller managers base type, MoveIt controller manager does not exist. All right, I bet this thing is yet another thing we need to depend on. Part of it. I wonder if simple controller manager. Yeah. I wonder if I should just do this. We should just have an exec depend on MoveIt. And will that fix it for us? MoveIt itself is a meta package, which means it brings in a lot of stuff. I bet this will fix it. Yeah. So, all right. Still nothing. Yep. All right, let's go look and see if we can figure out what's going on. All right. The type param not defined for Panda hand controller, loading the controller, that Panda arm controller. Joint state controller. All right, so we need joint state controller. And then it looks like there's something wrong with our YAML. All right. You know, one thing at a time. Where is joint state controller? That's part of Rust control too. It looks like it's its own package. We can try depending on that. And do a Rust app install. Yeah, all right. More stuff is installed. Still no robot. All right, so I bet we have a messed up YAML. Now let's go back to our MoveIt 2 tutorials. Let's see, what are we actually launching? It is called demo.launch.py. Demo.launch.py. And so where is config that is causing us the trouble? Panda hand controller. I'm just gonna search through here for Panda hand. For controllers in that load controllers. This comes from MoveIt resources Panda ROS control. It's not in here. I bet we need the MoveIt resources package, and we have to fix something upstream. Let's see how it goes. All right. Repo clone us planning MoveIt resources. Let's figure out what branches there are. If it MoveIt resources get check out Rust 2. All right. Let's look in here. And ARM Panda ROS controllers. I bet it comes from this thing. Missing a type. Position controller is gripper action controller. Let's make sure this Panda Rust controller is the one that's loaded here. Yep. All right. Rust controller. Gripper action controllers. Let's see if that's what we need to install. So I come back here to this one. Let's see if installing. Yep, that's one more thing we need. All right. Let's see. Loading controllers for Panda ARM controller. Type parameter is not defined for Panda hand controller. But it is. All right, well, now is when we use the ROS2 parameter system. ROS2 param list opt ROS proxy setup.zsh ROS2 param list, get the parameters. So what do we care about? What do we care about? We do not care about all these move group things. We care about the controller manager. Us to RAM. All right. Let's. All right. So this is what's in here. Well, that's wrong. So we got to figure out where this file is coming from, because Panda hand controller is not being set correctly. And it should be. All right, let's go back here. MoveIt resources, Panda MoveIt config. Panda MoveIt config. Pig. Panda ROS controller state YAML. Is joint trajectory controller need to be installed? Let me make sure that's, Yeah, one more thing. So, okay. New factory override existing one. When libraries containing plugin, they're directly linked against an executable. So their own library. Okay. Loaded that. Type is not defined. Well, now is when I just Google this because this seems odd. Maybe somebody else has run into this. Um, well, let's actually click on build. Maybe the issue is fixed in the maybe the issue is what was the released version of our Move resources package is messed up. Remember we checked it out, but we didn't build it. I want to build it. Make sure we're using the one locally. And we'll source the install here. And we'll do the raw step to verify. And we'll do the ROS2 launch. All right. We got a different error. Okay, so this is one more thing. We do need to release that package because obviously it's not set up correctly. Hand controller, position controller, joint. All right, so it can't find gripper action controller. Joint group position controller. Where does this come from? Like, because maybe problem is we have to build that. This comes from ROS2 control. ROS2 control, it looks like maybe needs to do a release. GitHubmemory.com. I'm gonna go to ROS2 control. Let's look for this actually, position controllers. Oof. This tutorial is pretty broken. Pretty down in the weed. ROS2 controllers. Here are position controllers. Positioning controllers. And that's the only one. It's called joint group position. Well, if I come back here and we try joint group position controller to see if that works. Yeah. We have to build again. I made a change. Us to launch. Joints parameter was empty. Maybe that's what it wants. But it probably wants a list. So there's a finger joint one. Build again. Okay. We made it further. Joint state controller. All right, so there's another bug, I think. I think it has to do with transform, actually. I only know about this because of an open PR. So we're going to go and see if that also applies to this. To go to the tutorials and the pull requests. So for this time, we're going to closed ones. Is it this one? Nope. This one? Yeah. So what was changed? Something in the parameters? No. This is for TF. It doesn't look like TF has started. We'll see if we can pick different base frame. Actually, it looks like the motion plan and the planning scene. We're gonna add a planning scene. Yeah, okay. Rviz config. Come on, guys. Basic things. We'll go to link 0. Yeah. And the planning scene. All right. And then we need a motion planning plugin. Think. Okay. We're getting there. And then in this one, what do we need to turn on? Show the robot collision, maybe? No, that's not what we want. We need to Show the workspace? No. Show Quickstart? No. There's some way to turn on this marker that lets us I'm going to turn on show trail. Planning group is going to be the panda arm. Ah, that's what we needed. These are the basics. Basics, guys. I'm going to close that. This seems like a much better default Rviz config. So figure out where this Rviz config is coming from. I am going to move that. No, I'm going to move this up. This is the default view. What is this? This is in the tutorials. So I'm going to save this, save config, and this is going to be part of my PR. Okay. So let's test to see if it works. See if we can move the robot arm a little bit. And see if we can plan to something. So we say plan. Yeah, we see a plan. And we say execute. Bam. All right. I don't know what's going on there. If I go back over here, it looks like all this worked a lot better. So I'll show you how to submit a PR because that worked so much better. All right, I'm going to close that. And see what the diff is. Oh. Is that really the diff? Get diff. Okay. Let's launch that again. Let's see where Rviz starts up. Well, that seems broken. You. Initial scene failed. Yeah, panda hand. All right. Okay, there's some race conditions. This is a known issue. I'm not gonna fix it in this one. We're gonna stop and start this one again. We should note that though. Let's see if yeah, so we got it to work once. Oh, it's in the install. Okay. There's some race condition about requesting the initial planning scene. That fixed it. You should note that you have to do that as a workaround, but this panda MoveIt config demo empty. this is what it is. I need to copy the one in install. So if we go back to here, go back to Rviz. Where is it? It is in install. CD code cp install, move it to tutorials, share, move it to tutorials, launch, handle that empty to source, move it to tutorials. And I gotta find out where this should be. Doc, Quickstart, and Rviz launch. Doc, Quickstart, and Rviz launch. All right, now we go back over here. Let's see what is different about it. All right. Let's look at the tutorial. Make sure we're not missing anything in the tutorial itself that talks through this. Oh. Oh, okay. That's fair. He's going to talk to you how to interact with it. Okay, so we don't actually have to change that, but we should change stuff we did. So we're going to reset this because we don't actually need to change that. But our package XML, it seems pretty broken. I'm going to go back to the package XML and we're going to clean it up a little bit. This MoveIt depend includes that, so we don't need that. And I think it includes that, but you should just list what you use. These are all the new ones. I am going to alphabetically sort this because that's a thing. It's nice when things are alphabetically sorted. It's easier to read. If you're on Sublime, the hack is to hit F9 and it'll alphabetically sort. So what is missing? Get diff. All right. Get checkout. Sing. And this is what I'm gonna call my branch. Git add that. Git commit. Add missing dependencies. GitHub PR create. This is a really awesome feature. I'm gonna push into my fork. Add missing dependencies. Body. Continue in browser. These to be installed when I tried doing the first tutorial without installing from source, instead using raw step to install dependencies of this package. I'm going to send it to Tom because he's been so helpful with this stuff. That's how you tag a reviewer. I want to merge into main. Create my pull request. That is how you contribute. It's that simple. I'll add a comment. All right. There's another issue. Raise condition in Rviz. When Rviz is loading the for description. I think I should actually fill that stuff out. Put that back. I think when I ran the first tutorial, I get this error. Oops. Where is my error? There are a bunch of other things that I am using Foxy. Binary. What version? All right, how do I figure that out? I think I can figure that out by going to somewhere in here. All right, it's version 2.2.1. You're like, how did you find that? 2.2.1. Build main branch of tutorials against Foxy and run first tutorial. What am I running? You're like, oh, I'll show you how I found this. I am in Opteros Foxy Share MoveIt. In the share directory, there are all the packages, and in the packages are the XMLs, and you can see what it is. Let's look through my history. What am I running? I'm running this over and over. I don't know why there's a new line at the end of it. There shouldn't be a new line at the end of it. If I save the Rviz config and rerun, what happens? I end up in this state. I do a screenshot. Takes a little while. Grab the current window, screenshot. Planning scene warning. It shouldn't err. Save the artist and rerun the demo. It starts up like this. All right, we gotta find that. It's just in pictures, I bet. Planning scene warning. To clear the planning scene warning, I can change the robot description to something else and so we come in here. Remember, change this to 2. Take another screenshot, I guess. Grab current window. And we fix it. For the current window. Program description 2. Add that one. And then fixed. This is a bug. And maybe good first issue? I don't know. It has something to do with parameter learning. It's not super intuitive how to fix this, but this is how you submit an issue. Real bugs like this help us find the problems. And we need your help solving these problems. And the only way we can get help solving these problems is for you to help us find the bugs. So submit this new issue. Remember, there was also an issue over in the MoveIt resources that it needs to be released for Foxy. Let's look in here. Release. Remember what the issue was? The issue is in Panda ROS controllers. In the released version of Foxy, which acts the tutorial. About a missing type for Panda hand controller. Build this package from source. You start new that you get a new issue where it complains about not existing. As far as I can tell, that's not a controller in the position controllers package from ROS2 control. Here we can link to that. It's important you provide as much useful information as possible. That way, the person who goes and tries to fix this actually can fix it. So we need to go find that ROS2 control thing. In ROS2 controllers and position controllers. To the one type that is in there. And the joins lines below like this to get to initialize the YAML. And get this error from the all right. Hand-to-hand controller. Controller hand. For client hand controller gripper command. There is an issue. That is how you submit an issue. Do this with us. We need these to be able to fix this. Hopefully, the next episode I actually fix this. But until then, or maybe somebody else does before I record the next episode. Come help us figure out these issues. This is greatly needed if people are going to start using MoveIt 2, that these issues get fixed. If this video has raised your ROS IQ, please like, comment, subscribe, fix an issue, maybe this one. You find me on Discourse and Discord. We have a MoveIt 2 Discord or MoveIt Discord. Until next time, thanks for watching.